Among the raft of changes instituted for the 2022 season, one of the more subtle changes is the visibility out of the cockpit. Many drivers have already confirmed that their view is much more restricted than before. McLaren's Daniel Ricciardo has explained if this will be a cause for concern, as quoted by Speedweek. I'm your host, Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, is reduced visibility in 2022 cars a major concern in wheel-to-wheel racing? Daniel began by confirming the reduced visibility, while explaining that it is something that gets underestimated a lot. No question, the view has become more difficult. The larger wheel and this fairing, everything is in the way. I think that's an aspect that is generally underestimated by the fans. It's so difficult to get people to understand how little we really see. He further pointed out how most camera angles aren't representative of the driver's view. We do have a lot of onboard camera recordings, but the camera is usually mounted higher on the car. This does not correspond to the driver's field of vision. The fans probably got the best idea last year with the new helmet camera worn by George Russell and Fernando Alonso, for example. He then elaborated the changes drivers will have to make. I guess we'll get used to the new view, but we need new reference points. In all my time in Formula 1, I've never really gotten a good look out of a Grand Prix car. There are so many blind spots, you need a lot of gut feeling in wheel-to-wheel moments. He summed up his words by being confident that they will adapt to it soon. In the new car, you will first have to trust your instincts when it comes to a duel, but I also think that after a few race weekends we will have forgotten how bad the visibility is. Fast feed. Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton thinks that it's one of the most exciting and interesting seasons that he's ever embarked upon. I feel the freshest that I ever have. Of course, there are so many different ways you can refocus and get recentered. I would say this break was one of the best I've ever experienced. For Ferrari Charles Leclerc, the initial feeling is not bad. But we shouldn't get carried away by the timesheets, as these are early days and everyone is still hiding their true form. It's impossible to have a clear picture just yet, so we have to stay focused and keep working hard. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner pointed out that it was a very short off-season. It's great to be back at the track and see the number 1 on the car. It's been a long time since it's been on an F1 car, and our target this year is to keep it there. For Mercedes driver George Russell, it was great to be behind the wheel going through the test program and get a first look at this new car, the new tyres, the new downforce characteristics. A lot to learn, a lot to analyse, and a lot to improve as always, to try and go forward and make the car go even faster. We're here to do a job, which is understanding what the car is doing. McLaren's Lando Norris didn't want to be P1 at the end of the first day of testing. If anything, I would rather be last, because now expectations will be so high and everyone thinks we are incredible. People will probably go much quicker than what I did. It was still a good day. We learnt a lot of things. I learnt a lot of things. Will drivers use the low visibility from inside the 2022 cars as an excuse for causing crashes? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.